The best-selling trail since its launch has been renewed, and in this video you'll find out everything about the new Bros 162,025. Technical features, performance in the city and on the road, fuel consumption, price, available versions. My honest opinion with the positive and negative points, and I'll answer you, is it really worth it? Watch until the end because I'll answer that question. If you're new here, I'm Amanda Pagliari, and this is the most charming motorcycle channel in Brazil. And it also brings the most complete reviews about two wheels here on the internet. So go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any videos about the Bros and other similar motorcycles. This year there are many launches and new things, all seen firsthand here on the Motoplay channel. The Bros appeared in 2003 in different versions and engine types, and since then it has been getting updates, which happened in 2014 and 2017. 2021 and now in 2024, the new generation of the Bros 160 has arrived. And the Bros fits into the trail category, which means it's a motorcycle with a high handlebar, a larger front wheel rim, spoked wheels, a sturdy suspension. In other words, a bike for you to ride on any terrain. That's why it comes with dual-purpose tires. In practice, you can ride both in the city and on dirt roads with a lot of comfort and safety. And yes, I recommend it for beginners. If you just got your driver's license, you can start with the Bros, okay? Or even if you want to use it for work, like as a fruit vendor, delivery rider, or courier. You can ride it all day as it's very comfortable without getting tired. Also great for those seeking an agile and comfortable daily motorcycle, even for city riding, because it has a really good suspension travel. Just a note for beginners regarding the height. If you're a bit short, see if you can put both feet on the ground. I think this tip about height is very important for beginners who are just starting out because you might lose your balance, and if you can put both feet on the ground, then there won't be any problem. The seat is a single type in 2 levels with this finish here, this non-slip comfortable fabric. I'll get on here so you can see. It has 83.6 centimeters from the seat to the ground. I'm 177 tall, so there's plenty of bike here for Mandinha. I can put both feet on the ground without any difficulty. And the riding position here is comfortable, so my legs are at a 90-degree angle, very comfortable, an upright posture, my back is straighter here, and the handlebars are at a good height for me. If you want to raise it, you can put a riser here, and that's it. You can adapt the Bros for yourself. The cool thing here is the passenger foot peg. It's made of retractable aluminum, right? One of the changes is that the rider's foot peg now comes with a rubberized finish to provide more comfort, especially on long trips. In general, the Bros is a very light bike, easy to ride, you can steer it well, so it's very easy, very agile, and it weighs about 125 kilos dry, meaning without considering the fluids in the fuel tank, which has a capacity for 12 liters of ethanol or gasoline, since this motorcycle here is flex fuel. And now talking about the design, starting with the tank is actually at the bottom, hidden by this plastic fairing, which is a feature that Honda motorcycles now have, right? What's cool is that it's modular in 3 parts. I thought that was nice. And why is plastic better, let's say? Because Honda can really focus on the design, and you can see here more aggressive lines with a much more robust tank, which is easier to achieve in plastic than in metal, right? Overall, its design is very beautiful. It's robust, with a high fender here that gives it a really cool motorcycle look. You can hook things here. We have the passenger handle already integrated with the luggage rack, so you can put a trunk. And if you want accessories to equip and protect your bike, my tip is to get Scam accessories because they have a lot of quality and durability. Scam is well known for accessories for motorcycles in this category, but they also have them for them they have a complete line. Like engine and fairing guards, what's cool is that it comes with an auxiliary footrest so you can stretch your legs on the road, side case support and also saddlebag spacer, hand guards to give you more comfort on trips, top case support, and also a license plate reinforcement. And if you want a super stylish case that will match your Bros at a more affordable price, my tip is to go with the Scam case from the economy line. It's an injected case. It's not made of aluminum, but it's very nice and sturdy with a steel lock. And what's cool is that it has premium lining. Really nice. I'll leave the link here in the description for you to get the case and accessories. And if you want to know more about the complete Scam line for your motorcycle, just access the link in the description or point your phone's camera at the quick response code on the screen and get your Scam products, which are high quality and durable. The Bros headlight is now LED, just like its taillight, but the turn signals are still conventional bulbs. It doesn't have hazard lights or a passing light either. About the front, are you noticing anything different? Where are the cables, the so-called clothesline cables? They're so characteristic of the Bros. Well, Honda removed them. If you complained, Honda listened. And why did they do that? Honda answered. Amandina asked, so I'll leave the video with Honda's response here in the card, okay? Up here and also in the description, go watch it later, okay? I asked Honda several questions about the new Bros design, which complements this one. If you haven't watched it, I'm sure you'll like it. The new design looks much cleaner and more beautiful, in my opinion. What did you think of it? Write it down here below. And the engine is the same as the previous generation, adapted for Pro Moto 5 with 162 cubic centimeters single-cylinder, air-cooled, which produces 14 horsepower at 8,000 revolutions per minute and 3 pounds-force-meter of torque at 5,500 revolutions per minute. The numbers differ for ethanol and gasoline, but not significantly. Are the wheels spoked? Both wheels have inner tubes, okay? It's important to mention that mixed-use tires, as I said, and on the suspension, as you can see, there's this little accordion cover here that was already on the previous generation, which protects the fork from dust, right? Rocks, bringing more durability to the seal, right? A very interesting feature, especially for those who are going to use it off-road. Conventional suspension in the front with a travel of 180 millimeters, and in the rear, monoshock with 150 millimeters of travel. And for the brakes, we have discs on both wheels with 240 millimeters in the front and 220 millimeters in diameter in the rear. Honda has now made available for 2025 two versions of the Brothers. This one is the ABS version. And we also have the more affordable version with combined braking system brakes. To sum up, okay, the difference between the two. What happens with the combined brakes? When you press only the rear brake, it also distributes some braking power to the front brake. It could be a ratio, for example, 80 to 20. So, out of 100, because you press the rear brake, 80 will stay here on the rear, right? And 20 will stay on the front, okay? That's the law. However, this version here it's an anti-lock braking system, ABS, what happens? It prevents your wheel from locking up, and that way you don't fall, especially when you make a sudden stop, also known as a hard brake. And the ABS on the Bros is only on the front wheel. You don't know the difference between ABS and combined braking system or which one is better? I made a cool video with all the details for you. The link is in the description or card. Check it out to find out which version is best for you, Bros combined braking system or Bros ABS. And the dashboard is 100% digital, blackout type, okay? Up here are some indicator lights. ABS indicator, high beam, neutral, and also the turn signals, right? Both for the right and left. And for information, we have the tachometer up here in the upper left corner, the fuel gauge right below, gear indicator, speedometer right in the center, and here on the right side, more towards the lower corner, we have the clock information on top, right? So we have trip B for you to change the information directly here on the panel. So for the information on top, we press the top button. Then we have the clock, here kilometers per liter, instant kilometers per liter, average. Look at that, 42 kilometers. Will it continue this way until the end? Find out. We have the clock here and that's it, it's back. And down here we have the trip information. By pressing the button down here, we have trip B, total odometer, almost 2,000 kilometers, trip A, and that's it. And the cool thing is that when you switch the trips here, you can see the information. It's the same, but you can reset them and have separate consumption data. So you can calculate the average, for example, for city and highway driving. And here on the left side, right next to the fork, There's a USB Type-C port with a little cover to protect it from the rain so you can recharge your belongings. And now that I've already shown you everything about the new Bros 160, let's take it for a ride on the highway and also in the city, right there in heavy traffic. If you're enjoying this informative video, please give it a like. It helps me a lot and motivates me to create more similar content. Hop on my backseat. The Bros is great for riding around the city. To get through heavy traffic, the lane splitting. The good thing is that the suspension is really comfortable, so potholes and patched asphalt, it handles them well. It's very agile in traffic, changing directions, you can handle it well. The brakes seem well calibrated. Comfortable in a way for you to ride around the city. The riding position is very good. You sit in an upright position. Tall people do really well on this bike. And of course, if you're a beginner, you can start with the Bros 160 because it won't give you any scares. So it's a bike that fits someone who wants to work with deliveries, wants to get around the city of São Paulo, and also for off-road. It's a very versatile bike, isn't it? That's what's cool about the Bros, this versatility that it has. Regarding the price, that's a problem, right? The price charged by the dealerships. But we know it depends heavily on supply and demand, right? There's the Ferrari law, and each dealership can set whatever price they want, right? That's how it is. And then, in my opinion, that's how it is. If there are people willing to pay, they'll set the price, right? That's my opinion. If there are people willing to pay, they'll set the price, right? Anyway, the potholes here are actually pretty comfortable. A great motorcycle for you to ride around the city. Now let's hit the road with it. Here on the road, the brother struggles a bit, which is normal. After all, that's not what it's made for, right, guys? It's really meant more for urban use, right? But you can get up to 120. With a lot of effort. With effort, going downhill with the wind at your back, you can get up to 120. But that's it. To lean the bike a lot by hand, it's actually very stable. The vibration isn't that strong. It's normal for a single-cylinder engine. Here I'm in 4th gear, it pulls a little, but if I shift to 5th, it already eases up. But it's normal for single-cylinder engines to vibrate a little. I feel it more here in my hands than the vibration in my feet. To ride on the highway, you need to get it going well so it can pick up speed, right? I'm riding without a passenger. Of course, if you put a passenger here, my performance will drop. So, now that we're going downhill, look, it's really picking up speed. Look, 123, 124, 125, 126, going downhill, 127. Wow, no. Will it reach 130? Top speed. There you go, that's it, we're on the straight now. 120, that's it, 119, it's going to drop, there's no way, that's her cruising speed. 100, 110, you can go without pushing it too hard. Well guys, don't expect great performance from the bras, that's not what it's made for. Well, look, 117, here she goes. It's gonna go uphill now. Look, 118, that's it, that's her cruising speed. 115, she's going 100, so that's good. But it really depends on the person's weight, right? If you're carrying a backpack, those things can even make a difference. If you're lighter, then it'll perform better. I didn't feel unstable, even when passing by a truck here. It didn't get unstable, and it's also true that it doesn't reach really high speeds. But in a way, it's stable here on the road, that's it. For long trips, it's comfortable in a way. The seat, the riding position is more comfortable, much nicer to ride. And that's it, it's that slow and steady kind of thing. At least you go in an economical way. In a moment, I'll tell you what the fuel consumption was with my riding style, okay? I won't be able to ride it off-road in this test, but in the first impressions video I made, we did ride it off-road in the São Luís do Paraitinga region. It was really cool. I'll leave the video in the description and also in the card, so go watch it later to see how it performs off-road. But that's it, now let's wrap up the video with the pros and cons. And before wrapping up the video with the pros and cons, let's talk about the insurance cost. Motorcycles are commonly targeted in Brazil, particularly in Rio de Janeiro and São Paulo. Honda in particular, due to parts and other factors. That's why I always say get insurance no matter what kind of motorcycle you have. Whether it's a bros, a scooter, a big trail, or even a custom. Get insurance because the criminals aren't sparing anything. But you, my loyal follower here on the channel who always likes the videos and is subscribed to the Motoplay channel, pay less for your motorcycle insurance by using my discount code Motoplay on the Protect Insurance website. Just use the link in the description which already has a discount, or point your phone's camera at the quick response code on the screen and you'll be able to get insurance for your motorcycle or even your car with a big discount. Yes, there's a link for car insurance. The link is right here in the video description. For this quote, I used the profile of a 40-year-old man, which is the average age for Motoplay channel viewers, and the zone improvement plan code for Mogi das Cruzes, where I currently reside. Several insurance options came up here on the Protect Me Brokers website from insurers registered with SUSEP, and let me show you. The cheapest one I found for you is the coverage for theft and robbery. There's also 24-hour assistance, which is really nice. FIP compensation, 100%. And the amount came to 2,700 reais, 2,739 reais for 2,074 and 64 reais. Wow, that's about 600 reais off. That's really good, huh? How do you get a discount? Point your phone's camera at the quick response code on the screen or use the link in the description. And then if you want a little better coverage, for example, theft, robbery, or collision coverage, the price with my discount is already 2,565 reais. These amounts are annual and you can pay in installments. For example, each installment here is 275 reais. One good thing is that you pay throughout the year. If you want to invest a little more to have a more complete insurance, with deductible, hull coverage, and everything else, you'll invest 3,954 reais per year, paying about 330 reais or less per month. And you'll have coverage for theft and robbery, total loss, and you'll have partial collision coverage for the vehicle, a deductible of 4,000 reais, and material and bodily damages, 10,000 reais each plus 24-hour assistance, and 300 kilometers. This is a really good thing. The cool part is that at Protect Me, there are several insurance offers and insurers. In other words, you'll get insurance that fits your budget best. It's not vehicle protection. It's an insurer registered with SUSEP, so you can be completely confident that you'll receive the compensation amount as agreed in your contract. For more information, click the link in the description or point your phone's camera at the quick response code on the screen. If you're unsure which insurance is best for you, just contact them on WhatsApp using the link in the description or the quick response code. On the Protect Me page, there's a WhatsApp icon. Just click it and talk to the Protect Me team, and they'll give you all the assistance you need. And it's really easy there. Hundreds of followers have already used Amandinha's link and paid less for their insurance. With Protect Me, you click, get a quote, and you're done. When it comes to fuel consumption, we know that the more you accelerate, the more it's going to use. There's no way around it. The BROA's dashboard displayed the city and highway fuel consumption, reaching 25.48 miles per liter while going full throttle and attempting to achieve top speed. I found it quite fuel efficient. If you have a BROA's 160, share your fuel consumption experience with it below. And now I'm going to talk about the pros and cons of the BROA's. Remember, this is just my opinion. You have every right to agree, disagree, or add to it, as long as you do so respectfully in the comments. Starting with the first positive point, which is the design. Wow, what a beautiful bike. The BROA's has really evolved, and Honda did a great job with its design. The fuel-injected tank gives more possibilities, more creativity for Honda's designers to make bikes that are more robust and have a more impressive look. I really liked it. That's a positive point. Another positive point is that it's economical. You can get about 40 kilometers per liter, which I found to be super economical, right? Especially nowadays with expensive gas, and you can even choose whether to fill up with ethanol or gasoline. That's why this is another positive point, the fact that it's flex fuel, okay? The engine is another positive aspect. It's a robust engine used across the entire 160cc lineup, including the CG family and BRA's. The 190cc engine is also based on this engine. So we have over 1 million motorcycles in the Brazilian market with this engine, so we definitely know it's a robust engine. If it weren't so reliable, for sure the repair shops all over Brazil would be packed with CGs. So yes, that's definitely a positive point for the engine that powers the Brothers. The modular plastic tank in 3 parts is another positive point because it saves you money if you fall and don't want to replace the whole tank. I think that's a good thing. Another positive point is that it's comfortable. So for those who are going to spend a lot of time riding it, you'll have a much more comfortable posture, in my opinion, than, for example, I like trail bikes, especially for tall people. I think the comfort fits really well there, the riding position and everything, the seat, right? And another good thing, right? Another positive point is the suspension. So really, the BROA's suspension is well known in the market for being tough and also very comfortable. Another positive point is that it's really good for the city. So if you're looking for a bike to ride in heavy traffic, lane splitting and all, you can go with the BROA's. You won't regret it. Its cycling dynamics are another positive point, both in the city, especially in the city, but also on the road. It never wobbled on me at any moment, so that's a positive point for this bike's handling. Another positive point is that it has a reputation for being robust and durable, not just in its parts, but also in the mechanical aspects, so that's a plus. Another good thing about this bike is that it comes with a USB Type-C port, so you can charge your phone, which is really useful. The new dashboard is comprehensive, displaying a gear indicator and average fuel consumption, which is highly beneficial. And the last positive point, but not least, is that it's comfortable for you to carry a passenger. So, if you're looking for a motorcycle to take your wife along, right? Back here, this bike will definitely suit you well. Just remember, it's not meant for long trips. Its purpose is urban use, so on the highway it might struggle if you're carrying a passenger, but for short rides around here, whoever sits back here definitely won't have a hard time. And now let's talk about the negative points, in my opinion, starting here with the turn signals. So I think these turn signals here with conventional bulbs, I think that's a negative point. The XRE 190 is full LED. I understand the BROA's proposal to be a more accessible, more basic bike, but I think a little LED turn signal here would go really well with this new design. Do you agree or disagree? Write it here in the comments. Another negative point that Honda didn't change for this new generation is that the side stand, the kickstand, it doesn't cut the current when you start the motorcycle. So let me start it here. I'm in first gear. The motorcycle has the side stand, the kickstand down. Then I take off, I can go, and it doesn't cut off. Because that's a problem, in my opinion, because you might end up forgetting. I've seen plenty of people on the street who forget to lift the kickstand, and that can cause an accident. So that's why it's a negative point. Since we're here with the motorcycle on, another negative point, in my opinion, is that the headlight only turns on when the motorcycle is running. So if I turn the key here, nothing happens. And then imagine you're in a garage, it's nighttime on the road, you need to start the motorcycle so that the headlight here will turn on. I think there could at least be a LED, a daytime running light. I think that would make things a lot easier. Another bad thing, another downside, just like other Honda bikes like the Tornado and the XR 590, is that you can't open the seat here with the key. You need a tool to access the tools. Yeah, so I thought that was a downside. Another downside, in my opinion, is the combined braking system version. I understand the idea of having a more affordable bike and all, but I think it should come with ABS at the combined braking system price. Am I dreaming too much? It doesn't cost me anything to dream, so I think there should be just one version, okay? The ABS version would be just right. That's just my humble opinion, okay? And the last item, I think it's the most important one, right? The item that prevents us ordinary mortals from taking a browse home is the price. The price on the website is a bit high, isn't it? Everything is expensive, unfortunately, in our country, and it wouldn't be any different with the bros, but the price at the dealership at the end. I know it's a matter of supply and demand, but that's a negative point in my opinion. Write down which city you're watching this video from, and how much is the Broas costing in your city. Write it down here below because I want to know. And it's available in 2 colors for the combined braking system version with a suggested price starting at 20,900 reais, and 2 colors for the ABS version with a suggested price starting at 21,820 reais. And now I'm going to answer without sitting on the fence. Is this Bros worth it? In my view, the Bros is a stunning bike. I believe it's second only to the XRE 190 among Honda's trail motorcycles. I thought the design turned out amazing. It really added value. You feel proud to ride the brothers. However, I can say that I wouldn't get the combined braking system version. I would go straight for the ABS version, but you need to see if the price goes way above what Honda suggests. Then, in my opinion, it's not worth it, okay? It has to be very close to the suggested price, in my opinion, maybe even a little less. I think 20,000 reais for the ABS version would be okay, 21,000 at most, 22,000 at the highest for the ABS version. I think that would be a good value for money. We're aware of inflation and the problems in our nation. Everything is costly. If people can pay, the dealership will raise the price. So in my opinion, it's worth it for the mechanics and design, but the price can't get too high, right? And do you think it's worth it? Write it down here below. Another option would be to buy a used one, paying a little less. Don't forget to leave a like. Go ahead and like it to support us and share this video with your friends. Write down below what you thought about the new Bros 160. Up here, I left the first impressions video with it, and especially asking some tough questions to Ms. Honda, inquiring about removed cables, combined braking system version, and other details. Click here to watch. And down here, I left a really cool video for you. Subscribe to the Motoplay channel if you haven't yet. It's free. But if you want to contribute even more by becoming a member, you'll get exclusive content, videos firsthand, access to Amandinha's calendar, photos, wallpapers, and lots of good stuff. Just click the link here in the description to become a member. It's there, become a member, click the link and join. So that's it. See you next time. A big kiss.